Hi there. Now that we can't visit each other in the offices, I've decided to do a video series to show you our products. And I decided today I will start with our interior doors. That way you get to know our products, and if you have any other questions, then you can reach out to us via email or over the phone, and I'd be happy to answer them. And at least you get to know them a little bit more, even if you can't come into the showroom. So there are a few things here on the table right now that are all part of our interior doors. The biggest difference of the doors that we offer is that they come as a full package, meaning that it includes the door leaf, the door frame, the trim, as well as all the hardware for it. And and it comes all pre-finished so that you don't have to do anything on it. No painting, no drilling, or cutting of any sorts. The first part is that the frame itself, it comes in a package. It's also pre-finished that can either be matching to whatever the finish is on your door, or you can pick a different finish for the frame and trim, just to give a little bit of a contrast to it. So the door frame itself comes in two parts. So the first part gets wrapped around the wall and the opening, and then you put foam in between the wall and the frame, and then after it dries, the second part slides on there like that. And that basically is the finish, is the door frame. As you can see, there is a gasket on here. That gasket is on all three sides of the door, and it allows for the mix and nice, that when you're closing the door, it's not wood on wood that hits on there. Now the door leaf itself has an edge to it on all three sides. So when the door closes on the frame, it sits like that. And as you can see right here, that way there's no air, sound, or light coming from one space to the other. Also, you can see the interior of our doors is a lot sturdier. We have a couple different versions for it. There's the honeycomb style, and then this is when you have they drill holes into it, so that keeps the sound going from one space to the other. And it makes also for the door a lot sturdier, so you won't be able to just kick or punch through this door that easily. And then we have the solid core for heavier doors or larger doors, to give it stability and then doesn't bend, or if you have a specific space that you don't want any sound or even cold to come from one room to the other. Now the finishes that we have for our doors, there's three different finishes. The first one is lacquer color, so you can have any color on there, and it's finished with a lacquer. So whether it's white, brown, even pink or blue, whatever you decide for the space. And then we can do different designs on it, so it's a millwork, and as you can see, it's a nice finish design. And then also the paint is nicely finished in there, so there's no drips or running lines or anything like that in there. And then there's other options for finish, where you can do metal strips on there, or plastic metal or plastic strips that look like metal, or even stones onto it. The second finish, which is the most popular, is the CPL finish, and that is this one here. So these are the wood finish grains, and these are very popular for our interior doors. The CPL is a laminated finish, similar to flooring. It's a lot sturdier, easy to clean, and resistant to light as well. So, and the last one, which I don't have any samples for, but it's the real wood finish, Those ones are very unique. We haven't had any orders for them yet, but it's for someone that wants a house where every door basically looks different, as the veneer is taken off a tree and then put onto the door. It gives it a very unique finish. Now, the next thing that I'd like to mention is our hinges, so the hardware. Our hinges are all adjustable hinges. They're, as you can see, they're not very light hinges. They have a plastic cover on here so that when the other part comes on here, it moves really easily and closes and opens the door nicely. They're adjustable inside of the door, so if a door settles over time or a building settles and the door is not closing properly anymore or won't stay in one space, you can always adjust it as need be. And there's also 2-part hinges and then 3-part hinges for doors that are a lot heavier, or let's say they're 8-foot doors. And then we have the handle. This is the standard handle that comes with every one of our doors. But then we have an entire catalog of hundreds and hundreds of designs that you can pick from for your door handles. So yeah, it's this is basically I'd say a rough view over what we have to offer on the interior doors. The catalog has 145 pages of different designs and options. You can obviously do glass inserts, you can do side lights, transoms, and so on and so forth. There's also options for traditional looking doors, even though most doors that we are selling right now are for modern houses, but you can do also some traditional styles. It's a very clean and quick installation, which is what builders really like. They don't have to go back and forth again and again to finish a door. It's one time, it's installed, it's finished, done, and you can move on from there. They can also be installed at the very end, so you can finish your walls, you can do your baseboards and everything else, and then just and flooring, and then just slide in the door and be done with it. So that's it for our interior doors. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. And if you are interested in a catalog, we would be happy to send you one. Thank you.